Quick shout out to Antoinette Roussel for joining as our silver member. You're the real MVP. We appreciate the love. If you'd like to support the channel and get your own shout out, consider joining as a member. Now let's get back to the show. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 begins with a chilling montage, revealing a world where worn-out animatronics lurk in the darkness, and returning characters stand on the brink of a new terror. The camera sweeps over flickering lights, giving glimpses of a familiar security guard and his sister, hinting that this sequel will continue the haunting journey started in the first movie. Fans of the original video game series can already sense that the horrors they saw before are only getting bigger and bolder this time around. It appears that the animatronics are not content to stay locked inside a pizzeria. The images feel more sinister, and the overall mood suggests a greater sense of dread, as though these mechanical monsters might strike anywhere at any time. December 5th, 2025 marks the movie's big release date, and the trailer wastes no time in pulling viewers into the nightmare that awaits. In a matter of seconds, the teaser sets the stage for the unexpected. Instead of confining the scares to a single location, it teases that these animatronic creatures may wander well beyond restaurant walls. Over the course of the next couple of minutes, the trailer shows glimpses of multiple environments: an abandoned carnival, a dimly lit home, a lonely playground, and in each spot, glimpses of mechanical eyes glint in the darkness. It becomes clear that the situation is far more dire and wide-reaching than anything fans or the characters have faced before. Viewers might recall the first film's focus on claustrophobic tension. Now, the scope feels bigger, as though the rules have changed in a dangerous new way. The trailer starts with a quick shot of a battered Freddy Fazbear poster. Quiet tension builds in the background, a sign that old secrets never truly stay buried. Then, it cuts to Mike, Josh Hutcherson, sitting in a small living room, his brow furrowed with worry. A note in his hand references Abby, who has apparently gone off on her own to fix her friends. The tone is uneasy, and viewers see flickers of light dancing across Mike's anxious face. It's reminiscent of how he learned dark truths in the first movie. But now, there's an edge that suggests deeper horrors. Abby's innocence stands at the center of it. All her desire to help might actually bring unimaginable danger. Next, the scene switches to Vanessa, Elizabeth Lail, once again stepping into a detective-like role. She warns Mike that animatronic threats have spread beyond the pizzeria. She looks over grainy footage of something mechanical prowling a quiet suburban street, and her concern is palpable. The trailer shows a man in a school corridor, turning around in shock, only to see a monstrous figure bearing down on him. This unnerving event leaves an impression that nowhere is safe, not even the places people consider normal. The game's fans know each animatronic has its own personality, and seeing them unleashed on unsuspecting victims away from the usual setting might add a horrifying sense of unpredictability. The teaser then cuts to Wayne Knight's character, who appears in an older building that might be a school or a small community center. The viewer only gets a few seconds with him, but it's long enough to show him reacting with alarm to an off-screen menace. There's a brief shot of flickering lights overhead and the echo of mechanical whirring in the hallway. This moment seems to serve as a warning that even comedic or kindly characters could face cruel fates at the hands of the animatronics. The design of these creatures looks more menacing than in the previous film, with sharper angles and more pronounced damage on their suits, as though they've roamed places they never should have gone. A highlight of the trailer is the reveal of a new animatronic, which fans quickly identify as Mangale Twisted, deformed variant of a fox-like character that moves with a spider-like creepiness. The camera offers only fleeting glances of Mangle, enough to spark curiosity but leaving viewers uneasy about how it hunts and what part it plays in the overall storyline. People familiar with the game series might recall Mangle's eerie design, with wires and parts hanging out, making it one of the more disturbing creations. To see it in live action, amid nightmarish lighting, is a promise that the sequel will push the horror further than before. Cut next to the pizzeria itself. Although the trailer suggests that the action no longer stays confined there, it teases a scene where Mike, perhaps out of desperation, returns to that haunted place. This could be the heart of the animatronics curse, and maybe the only clue to stop them. Dim corridors flash by in quick cuts, and the faint glow of neon is reminiscent of the first movie's claustrophobic interior. The difference now is that everything looks even more run down. Wires dangle from the ceiling, paint peels off walls, and some animatronics appear half dismantled on the floor. It's a haunting image that might evoke how neglected the building has become. Yet, the place still brims with silent malice. Meanwhile, Abby stands in a carnival-like setting, her small figure dwarfed by old attractions. Lights flicker overhead, reminiscent of a county fair that never took down its stands. She looks determined but also vulnerable. Echoing around her, mechanical clanking grows louder, as though multiple animatronics stalk from the shadows. One of them, presumably Mangle, leaps overhead in a display that's part mechanical, part nightmare creature. The trailer's editing intensifies, layering quick flashes of other animatronics in various states of repair. The sense is that these mechanical beasts are banding together to carry out some horrifying task. Mike scrambles to find Abby, while Vanessa tries to uncover some bigger plot linking the animatronics to William Afton, Matthew Lillard, the presumed mastermind behind all these tragedies. A fleeting shot includes Afton's silhouette in a dark corridor, wearing a twisted grin that confirms he is still very much in control. The scoreboard suggests that he's conjured a plan bigger than before. Another moment shows him tinkering with mechanical parts, as though building or repairing something beyond the original animatronics' capabilities. The trailer refuses to clarify whether he's created a brand new threat or simply revived older ones, but the tension soared with each passing second. Teases of a new timeline or deeper lore appear when the camera pans across antique photos of children. Could these be the souls rumored to be trapped in the animatronic suits? A hush falls over the trailer, and then, in a jump-scare fashion, an animatronic face appears from behind a door. The audience in the theater likely gasps, which is exactly what a Five Nights at Freddy's sequel aims for. Then, the shot goes black, leaving people to wonder how these lost souls might factor into the sequel's deeper storyline. As the teaser heads toward its finale, glimpses of collisions between Mike and multiple animatronics flicker across the screen, from one lunging at him in a cramped closet to another attempting to break into his home. The editing quickens, hearts pound, and you sense the sequel will not hold back on terror. By the time the official title card emerges, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, viewers are left breathless, uncertain exactly how the story will unfold, but convinced it will be more sprawling, more suspenseful, and filled with new horrors. The date, December 5th, 2025, flashes one more time to cement the plan. In an odd but promising twist, the trailer presents a comedic beat near the end, maybe to remind us that Blumhouse can temper horror with surprising humor. Mangle tries to maneuver through a small door, contorting in ridiculous ways, and almost looks annoyed that the geometry doesn't align perfectly. This subtle comedic pause reassures fans that while the film might be darker, the creative team still remembers the playful spirit that made the first film enjoyable. The snippet also reveals a possible rapport or rivalry among the animatronics themselves, as if they each have distinct personalities. Fans who recall the first movie's day-and-date release on streaming and theaters might be relieved to learn that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is planned for an exclusive theatrical run. This signals Blumhouse's confidence in the film's ability to draw crowds, especially during the holiday season. People will likely flock to see how the story evolves and how the franchise steps up its game for the big screen. The bigger budget glimpsed in the trailer indicated by sharper visual effects, more sets, and more elaborate animatronic design suggests Blumhouse is betting that fans and newcomers alike will pack theaters, seeking a potent scare with a carnival twist. The last image on screen, just before it cuts to black, is a still figure of Freddy, eyes blazing in the gloom. It's a callback to the menace we know, but also a promise that we'll see new layers of dread. It reminds viewers that they haven't seen everything yet. Blumhouse's track record with horror franchises from The Purge to Insidious suggests they know how to escalate tension in sequels. They usually offer fresh angles, new set pieces, and deeper mythologies, all of which seem present in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. When the trailer finally ends, you can imagine the theater full of quiet excitement, or maybe hushed conversation about the new animatronic glimpses. This is the hallmark of a successful teaser. It stirs curiosity and debate. It doesn't answer every question but sets the stage for fans to speculate. Will Mangle be the deadliest new foe? Will Abby succeed in freeing her animatronic friends? Or will her attempt backfire spectacularly? Will Mike finally confront Afton head-on? And will Vanessa break free from her haunting link to that villain? The trailer leaves those questions hanging, guaranteeing that watchers will want to return in December to see how everything unravels. Overall, the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer indicates a sequel that's grander in scope, broader in locations, and more open to exploring the franchise's lore. The animatronics appear more numerous, more varied, and more cunning, while the cast merges old favorites with intriguing newcomers like Wayne Knight, Mckenna Grace, and Teo Briones. Blumhouse is counting on the hype from the first movie, plus the game's enormous fanbase, to drive excitement. This time, with a purely theatrical release, the sequel might even surpass the original film's success. The trailer alone suggests it's not your average repeat. There's a bigger story, bigger set pieces, and bigger plans for the horrifying animatronic universe fans love to fear. Thank you for joining this detailed breakdown of the official trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We hope your heart is racing with excitement for the new animatronics, the carnival horrors, and the continued mysteries that revolve around Mike, Abby, Vanessa, and, of course, William Afton. If you're hungry for more trailer breakdowns and deeper dives into upcoming films, be sure to explore our other videos. We love sharing every bit of news and speculation with you. so let us know your thoughts and theories. With the cinematic release on December 5th, 2025, coming fast, keep your eyes peeled for more updates. We appreciate you tuning in and hope you'll stick around for our next deep dive into the thrilling world of movies. Until next time, stay safe out there and maybe keep the lights on, just in case the animatronics decide to venture your way.